Bob Atkins. Unfortunately, I'm saving the best for last. Thank you, Chief, for joining us. I'm here to ask the question of the council, is anybody above the law? Because apparently, the officers of the Hermosa Beach Police Department are. Why? Because there's apparently no external oversight or accountability in regards to investigations of officer misconduct. I filed 4 complaints against Sergeant Landon Phillips and Officer Joshua Draws on May 22nd. All of them were completely exonerated by the chief in spite of overwhelming recorded evidence to the contrary. In just one shift, Sergeant Landon Phillips and Officer Joshua Draws committed 2 felonious acts of tampering with the recording of evidence and a total of 7 flagrant traffic violations, all of which were recorded on the dash cam of their police vehicle. And I'm sure there are likely plenty more of these crimes if there were a wider investigation. In the evidence that I cited in the complaints, it is clear that Sergeant Landon Phillips willingly and with premeditated intention tampered with the recording of sounds from within his patrol car and intentionally created evidence for a hearing, both of which are clear violations of California Penal Codes 134 and 141, which are felonies. His willful and premeditated intention, along with Officer Draws as a witness, was to subvert the clear recording of the audio from within the vehicle in a carefully disguised manner designed to conceal any unfavorable recorded evidence, yet not use the mute function of the dash cam, since that would specifically be noted on the recording and could itself be damaging at a trial against against department policy. If Sergeant Landon Phillips is willing to do this routinely, because I just found it randomly, and be excused by the chief after investigation, what does this say about the integrity and ethics of the Hermosa Beach Police Department? As has been demonstrated time and again, the courts have ruled that police officers are immune from prosecution for even the most heinous crimes against civilians. This gives them all the knowledge that they can do pretty much anything they want with impunity, while at the same time charging citizens with the most absurd letter-of-the-law crimes, charges that often cannot be fairly contested without substantial costs and that result in huge impacts to people's lives. Police officers are not above the law, no matter how trivial or serious the matter may be. Those that feel that officers should get a pass for disregarding the same laws they enforce on the rest of us, particularly when they're on duty, only perpetuate further disrespect of the citizenry and embolden those very same officers to believe they are above the laws they are sworn to uphold. An officer that routinely violates traffic laws when not on an emergency call or sounding their lights and siren is an unsafe driver in a city vehicle, putting everyone else they encounter on the road at risk while on the city payroll, which in turn puts the city taxpayers at risk as well. I'm handing over a letter responding to the chief's response to my complaints that I filed against Sergeant Phillips and Officer Draws, and the evidence cited in these complaints is well documented and readily available from the archives and the public records and the police records. I urge the City Council to do an independent evaluation of these complaints. Thank you.